week you talked a little bit about getting the ball to Julio. Somebody asked about that, and you talked about spreading it around. Can you comment on the gameplay between you and Julio on Saturday in the game?
Well, yeah, there's a few instances when, I didn't do a very good job of seeing the safeties. Really, I kind of let my emotions play in a little bit, which is unfortunate because I've, really prided myself in making good, sound decisions. And a couple of times, I really just made decisions a little bit too quickly at the line of scrimmage. They were a defense that was getting every signal from the sideline, and a couple of times we wanted to go up there and quick snap them and go. And two of those times, I ended up throwing in Julio's direction, and they were in a lot of coverage, and that's inexcusable. I can't make those mistakes, and we were fortunate enough to get the ball just knocked down and things like that. But there are a couple of instances when they just did a really good job of breaking on the ball. There was one play, for example, where Preston Dial's running down the middle of the field and Julio's running down the outside, and as soon as I released the ball, that safety took off, and he made a great job. Did a great job of breaking on it. So, all the credit goes to their defense. They did a great job of messing with my mind and keeping me uncomfortable throughout the most of the game.
Week in and week out in this league, there's great defenses, good to great defenses. Do you have to take the approach of just trying to look at yourselves and improve as much as you do, even who's coming up?
Well, I mean, the thing you can say about great teams is they make improvements regardless of the competition that's coming this upcoming week. If you really look at the improvements we made from the Virginia Tech game to the North Texas game, obviously a 3-game span, the amount of improvements we made in both the passing game and the run efficiency and things like that were drastic. And a big reason of that is because we felt that we needed to make those improvements to be successful in the SEC. And obviously teams that didn't want to make those improvements, they would probably not make those improvements until they face a team like Arkansas, but not us. We played obviously competition that is obviously subpar, but we needed and understood that in order to be the most successful offense we can be, we made those improvements, and I think that's a testament to our coaching staff and our understanding that how important it is to be successful and try to make improvements each and every week.
Did things seem a little crazier for you last Saturday, or getting hit a little bit more? You weren't completing as many balls. Was it hard to refocus and keep going to the game where you're racing?
Well, I think part of it was difficult to refocus. At times I think, we talk and we've spent a lot of time, talking to people that have been around here and talking to Coach Saban and things like that. But one of the things, when Alex Smith was entering the draft, one of the knocks on him was the fact that he had never faced or experienced adversity. So that's a testament to this team. I think the fact that we did face adversity on Saturday, both with me as an offensive line, as an offense as a whole. I think the fact that we're going to be able to bounce back from it, we were able to face adversity and overcome tough challenges and still able to get a 19-point victory on the road in the SEC. That's credit to our defense. It's a difficult circumstance, and one of the things that we're glad that we made those adjustments, and we're glad that we faced that adversity because we're going to be a better team because of it. And I think that the game was moving a little bit faster than I've been used to up to this point. I felt uncomfortable at times. We threw the ball away a ton. I felt like a lot of times I was just trying to get it out of my hand, and it led to some incompletions, and that's fine. Sometimes the best plays you can make as a quarterback are throwing it away and limiting turnovers. So I wasn't, I was obviously disappointed because I wish we could have done better as an offense. But I'm also pleased with the fact that we got a 19-point victory. We minimized turnovers, and we dominated the game.
And Greg, having this feeling, does it help you as you get 6-0 and trying to really hone in and not let it all get to your head? But the main focus is the next week.
Well, I think the fact that we did have some tough times on Saturday will allow us to be a more successful team in the long run. Because we understand that if we don't come out and play our A game and prepare the way we're supposed to prepare and have the week of practice that we know that we need to have, it can lead to outcomes that are unenjoyable on Saturday. And the fact that throughout most of the game, I think that was the first time I really just didn't have fun playing this year, and it just wasn't fun. It wasn't exciting. I wasn't happy throughout the course of the game, and I think a lot of that is because I just didn't have my best game, and the fact that I didn't feel like I was real well prepared. I prepared as hard as I could. I prepared the same way I always did, but I guess I just didn't watch the right film. I didn't see the safeties all the way through because I just did not do a very good job of really taking what the defense has given me, and that can lead to a lot of problems in the future. But we're going to iron those problems out this week.
Williams named SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week. Talk about that performance against the level of competition he was up against Saturday.
Well, I didn't even know that. That's great. I mean, Williams obviously my roommate, one of my best friends. Yeah, that says a lot about him. I mean, he's a really good player. You know, obviously, William. People look at him and say, you know, that guy's 6 foot. You know, that guy's 6'1", and they judge him a lot by his size. But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't take another center in the SEC over him. Just the fact that he does bring a sense of toughness, a sense of athleticism. He's similar to Antoine in the way he's able to move. But his toughness and his tenacity, he's also very intelligent. He gets all the right calls. He never makes mistakes, hardly, and that's great for him. And the fact that he was able to do it against such a good defensive line, really speaks highly of him.
Does it take pressure off you as a quarterback knowing you have a great defense behind you, that the defense that really has your back out there?
Well, of course. I mean, the best offense is a great defense. That's, there's so many cliches, in the fact that, defense wins championships, defense does all those things. So when you have a defense, when you know that offense is pinned inside the 10, you know they're not going to gain a yard, and you know you're going to get the ball at the 50, yeah, it takes pressure off. When anytime the opposing offense takes the field, there's a possibility they could turn it over, and, next time we take the field, we could be 7 points more ahead because our defense returned an interception for a touchdown or something like that. Yeah, it takes a lot of pressure off of it. But it also adds pressure in the sense that you don't want to turn the ball over, because if you give them the length of the field to work with, opposing offense are going to have a difficult time scoring. So really, we really lean on them a lot, and I think they lean on us, at certain times, and it's led to some pretty good chemistry and some pretty convincing victories.